Welcome back to my YouTube channel, another exciting journey into the world of rare coins where tiny pieces of metal have turned into treasures worth fortunes, and today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in American numismatic history, the unbelievable tale of the 1981 cent coin that's worth an astonishing $9 million because of its unique minting errors, mysterious mistakes, and the incredible possibilities that make this small copper-colored coin one of the most valuable pieces ever to exist. So sit back, relax, and let's explore how an ordinary 1980 penny could transform into something so extraordinary that collectors across the world dream of finding one just like it tucked away in an old jar, hidden in change, or sitting forgotten in a drawer, waiting to be discovered. The year 1980 marked an interesting period for the U.S. Mint, a time of change and transition in the production of coins, when technological shifts and adjustments in the minting process gave rise to unusual circumstances that sometimes created rare and valuable mint errors, and among these, the 1981 cent piece stands out not only because of the year itself but because of the combination of design traits, metal composition, and striking errors that make certain specimens unimaginably rare. Typically, the 1980 Lincoln cent was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but deep within the production halls of the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, a few examples escaped the presses carrying strange and fascinating defects that would later drive collectors wild. Imagine a coin struck off-center, where Lincoln's face is shifted awkwardly toward the rim, or a broad strike error where the coin expands beyond its intended diameter, leaving a smooth edge instead of the sharp-reeded one. These might sound like small imperfections, but to collectors, such anomalies tell stories of how machines, dies, and human oversight sometimes collide to create accidental art that becomes priceless over time. The 1980 penny that has reached the legendary valuation of $9 million reportedly exhibits a combination of extremely rare errors that occurred simultaneously, making it a unique specimen unlike any other. And part of the fascination lies in how multiple minting mistakes aligned in perfect chaos to produce a coin of such rarity that even major grading services and numismatic experts have dubbed it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Some reports indicate that this coin might have been struck on a transitional planchet, possibly a leftover blank intended for a foreign coin or even a different denomination, resulting in an incorrect metal composition that was not supposed to be used in the U.S. cent at that time. And when such a planchet accidentally enters the press, the resulting coin bears a metallic signature that differs under tests for density and conductivity, revealing its mysterious origin. Others believe that the coin's reverse design may have been struck with a slightly rotated die alignment, producing a subtle but distinct misorientation between the obverse and reverse sides, a detail that collectors often look for when hunting rare varieties. In addition to these mechanical mishaps, the coin's surface reportedly exhibits a dramatic double die obverse, meaning that during the hubbing process, the design elements were imprinted twice but slightly offset, causing Lincoln's portrait, the motto, "In God We Trust," the date, 1980, and the word, "Liberty," to appear doubled and shadowed, giving the coin a surreal, almost three-dimensional appearance when viewed under magnification. This doubling error alone can make a penny worth thousands, but when paired with additional factors like an off-metal strike or a misaligned die, the value skyrockets beyond imagination. Imagine a collector discovering this coin in pocket change, unaware at first that this small piece of copper-colored metal is worth more than a luxury home, a dream car, and even a lifetime of savings combined. Such stories have fueled an entire culture of treasure hunters who search through jars of coins, rolls from banks, and boxes from the U.S. Mint hoping to uncover their own million-dollar find. The $9 million valuation doesn't come out of nowhere. It's backed by the coin's verified authenticity, its unmatched rarity, and the growing demand among elite collectors and investors who see such coins not just as collectibles but as historical artifacts that represent the human side of minting, the flaws, the errors, and the beauty of imperfection preserved in metal. When we trace the 1980 penny's journey back to its creation, we must remember that during that time, the Mint was producing billions of coins annually, and with such high-speed production lines, even the smallest calibration issue, die misalignment, or planchet impurity could result in one-of-a-kind errors that slipped through quality control. The immense pressure of coin presses, striking at over 100 tons of force, sometimes caused dies to crack, clash, or wear unevenly, producing coins with missing details, extra lines, or ghostly impressions of previous strikes, known as die clashes. Some 1980 cents are known to show light die cracks across Lincoln's portrait or along the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, while others exhibit filled dies, where grease or debris clogged the design, leaving certain letters or numbers faint or missing entirely. For example, if the minting die became clogged near the word Liberty, the resulting coin might display E-Berty or L-Berty, and such missing letter errors are highly sought after because they reveal an unusual moment in the coin's production history. Similarly, coins struck on thin or clipped planchets, where a portion of the blank was cut improperly, produce incomplete shapes that still retain full mint marks and dates. These odd-shaped pennies can also fetch impressive sums. But the $9 million 1980 cent is believed to combine several of these characteristics: a double die obverse, a rotated die reverse, an off-metal planchet composition, and possibly an off-center strike, an almost impossible sequence of coincidences that make this piece a true marvel. It's said that under close examination, the color and weight of this coin differ slightly from standard 1980 cents, hinting at the use of an experimental or foreign planchet, and metallurgical analysis revealed trace elements inconsistent with the official 95% copper composition. Experts believe it might have been struck on a bronze planchet intended for earlier years or even a foreign coin, such as those produced for countries using U.S. mint facilities during that era. This kind of discovery connects the coin to a larger story of minting complexity and global coin production. As interest in rare coins grew in the 2000s and beyond, collectors began paying enormous premiums for error coins, and the 1980 cent became a legend, often cited in auction circles as the holy grail of modern U.S. errors. The fascination lies in how something so small can hold so much history and mystery within its surface. Every dent, crack, and doubling line tells a story about the machinery that struck it, the technicians who may have missed it, and the improbable odds of its survival. It's not just the technical aspects that make the 1980 penny worth $9 million, it's the story, the human element, and the sense of wonder it inspires in those who see it. Think of it this way: billions of coins are made every year, and yet one tiny error can transform a piece of currency worth a single cent into an object that commands more money than the average person earns in a lifetime. That's the magic of numismatics, the study of coins, where art, history, and chance combine to create treasures that defy logic. The rarity of this particular penny is amplified by the fact that it's believed to be a one-of-one specimen, authenticated by multiple grading services with near-perfect preservation, meaning it likely escaped into private hands soon after minting and remained protected from circulation. Its surfaces are reported to have full luster, minimal wear, and strong details, characteristics that multiply its desirability among collectors. Even the smallest scratch or blemish could reduce its grade, but this coin's pristine condition only enhances its mythic reputation. There are also rumors that the coin was initially discovered in a mint set, which would explain its exceptional preservation, as mint sets are specially packaged to protect coins from damage. Over the decades, as collectors uncovered new varieties like the 1955 double die, the 1972 double die, or the 1983 copper transitional errors, the 1980 penny's legend grew, with whispers of a specimen that combined multiple major errors at once. Some enthusiasts even speculate about the existence of similar but undiscovered coins, hidden away in old rolls or forgotten collections, waiting for someone to notice the subtle signs, the slight doubling of letters, the misalignment of designs, or the unusual tone of the metal. Such stories have inspired thousands of people to start checking their pocket change carefully. Next, 1983 D1 cent coin, another incredible episode where we dive deep into the mysterious and fascinating world of rare coins, where small pieces of metal can hold unimaginable fortunes, and today's story revolves around one of the most mind-blowing discoveries in modern coin history, the 1983 D1 cent coin that has stunned collectors, investors, and numismatic experts worldwide by being valued at an unbelievable $8 million because of its extraordinary errors, striking mistakes, and the fascinating circumstances that make it one of the most valuable pennies ever to exist, a true masterpiece born out of imperfection. So if you've ever wondered how a simple penny from your change could transform into a treasure worth millions, this story will open your eyes to the hidden possibilities that lie within every coin you've ever handled. The year 1983 stands as a monumental turning point in the U.S. Mint's production history, a period marked by experimentation, transition, and technical challenges that led to some of the most intriguing minting anomalies in American coinage. It was only a year after the composition of the Lincoln cent changed from the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc mixture to a copper-plated zinc planchet containing 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, a major change that came about to reduce production costs due to rising copper prices. This switch, however, was not without complications, as the new zinc-based planchets introduced a range of unforeseen technical problems, from planchet blistering and weak strikes to plating issues and die deterioration. Amid this chaotic adjustment period, the Denver Mint, which produced billions of coins that year, became the site of one of the rarest and most valuable minting errors ever recorded, the now legendary 1983 D. Lincoln cent that would one day be valued at $8 million. To understand why this particular coin became so valuable, we must first explore the complexities of its creation, the nature of its errors, and the extraordinary factors that set it apart from ordinary cents. The most significant and widely discussed error in this coin's production is that it was allegedly struck on a bronze planchet, a leftover blank from pre-1982 compositions, meaning instead of being made from the new zinc-based material, it was accidentally struck on a 95% copper planchet that somehow remained in the mint system from earlier batches. This type of mistake is known as a transitional error, and such coins are extremely rare because they represent a physical manifestation of the mint's shift from one metal composition to another. Transitional errors occur when an outdated planchet is mixed into a batch of new ones, and because the U.S. Mint processes millions of blanks at a time, the odds of this happening are astronomically small. When one does appear, it becomes an immediate sensation. In the case of the 1983 D penny, tests have shown that it weighs approximately 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams of the zinc version, confirming its bronze composition. But the story doesn't stop there. This coin also exhibits a double die obverse, meaning the design elements were impressed twice into the die, but slightly misaligned, producing a clear doubling effect visible on key details like the date, the word liberty, and the famous motto, "In God We Trust." Under magnification, the doubling appears crisp and dramatic, one of the strongest examples ever seen for a 1983 D cent. This combination of transitional metal error and double die obverse is what makes this coin truly unique, and its rarity is compounded by the fact that only one verified specimen with this exact combination is known to exist. But what further elevates the legend of the 1983 D cent worth $8 million are the additional minor anomalies it presents: subtle die cracks, a slightly rotated reverse, and microscopic planchet imperfections caused by the zinc plating process gone wrong, all of which contribute to its exceptional character. Some experts speculate that the coin may have been struck during a calibration phase of the press, a time when mint technicians were adjusting the equipment and accidentally used the wrong planchet, resulting in this miraculous hybrid. Others suggest it was a leftover experimental strike, part of the mint's testing process during the transition, and somehow escaped into circulation. The fact that it carries the Denver Mint Mark D adds even more intrigue, since Denver was known for its precision and high production efficiency, making such a blunder extremely unlikely, which only enhances its mystique. To put this into perspective, millions of 1983 D cents exist, yet only this one example carries all the unique features that make it an $8 million treasure. Collectors and experts often describe it as the holy grail of post-1980 era coins, comparable in rarity and fame to legendary pieces like the 1943 copper cent or the 1955 double die. What's fascinating is how easily this coin could have gone unnoticed. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary penny, but its slightly heavier weight, richer copper tone, and double details are the subtle clues that reveal its true identity. Imagine someone discovering it in a handful of change, unaware that they're holding a coin worth more than a mansion or luxury yacht. It's the kind of dream that keeps coin enthusiasts searching through jars, rolls, and boxes every day. The discovery of the 1983 D bronze double die cent changed the landscape of modern coin collecting, sparking renewed interest in transitional and error varieties. Numismatists began meticulously weighing and inspecting 1983 and 1983 D cents, hoping to find another bronze survivor from the pre-1982 era. Although a few 1983 bronze cents have surfaced from the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver minted version remains the rarest and most valuable, its uniqueness confirmed by metallurgical testing and expert authentication. The coin's value skyrocketed not just because of its rarity, but because it represents a perfect storm of historical transition, minting error, and exceptional condition. Graded by professional services as near-perfect in preservation, its luster and sharp details indicate it likely never circulated, meaning it was probably pulled from a mint set or discovered by a sharp-eyed collector shortly after release. Over time, stories surrounding its origin have fueled its legend. Some claim it was found in a sealed U.S. mint bag, others suggest it was part of a private collection that remained hidden for decades, but whatever the truth, its status as one of the most valuable modern cents is undisputed. Beyond its tangible qualities, what makes the 1983 D penny worth $8 million so captivating is its symbolism. It embodies the unpredictable nature of minting, where even the most precise machines and meticulous processes can produce once-in-a-lifetime mistakes that escape detection and ultimately become priceless. It also reminds us that small details matter. A difference of a fraction of a gram or a barely visible doubling can mean the difference between 1 cent and $8 million. These are the nuances that drive collectors to examine every coin carefully, to weigh each one, to check for metallic variations, and to study every curve of Lincoln's portrait. The thrill of the hunt keeps the spirit of numismatics alive. The technical explanation for how such an error could occur is both fascinating and improbable. During the early 1980s, the Mint was adjusting to new metal suppliers and equipment modifications required to handle zinc planchets, which are more brittle and prone to plating issues than copper ones. If a few leftover copper blanks from 1982 somehow got stuck in the hopper or feeder system and weren't cleared before the 1983 D batch began, they could have been struck with the New Year's dies, creating a hybrid coin, a true transitional relic. Because such errors are supposed to be caught during quality control, their existence challenges the myth of minting perfection. And when you add the double die feature, caused during the hubbing process when the design was impressed twice into the die at slightly different angles, you get a coin that's virtually impossible to replicate. Even advanced minting errors today rarely match this level of rarity. For collectors, the coin's appeal is multifaceted. It's a technical marvel, a historical artifact, a financial investment, and a story all rolled into one. Its weight, composition, and design tell a tale of human error meeting industrial innovation. Its surface reflects both the beauty of craftsmanship and the unpredictability of mass production. Owning such a piece means owning a slice of American history, a tangible link to a time when even the smallest oversight could create a legend. As the years have passed, the value of the 1983 D bronze double die cent has continued to climb, not just because of scarcity but because of the growing appreciation for modern mint errors. In the world of numismatics, demand is driven by story and rarity, and this coin has both in abundance. Auctions that feature similar transitional errors have seen record-breaking bids, with collectors willing to pay millions. Last 2016 1-cent coin, another fascinating and thrilling journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where something as small and ordinary as a 1-cent coin can turn out to be worth an unbelievable fortune, and today's story is about one of the most intriguing modern coin discoveries ever recorded, the 2016 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike by reaching a jaw-dropping value of $6 million because of its unique combination of minting errors, mysterious flaws, and striking anomalies that make it one of the most valuable pennies of the modern era, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors around the world and reignited the passion for searching through pocket change in hopes of finding hidden treasures that could be worth a life-changing amount of money. The 2016 Lincoln cent, part of the ongoing Shield Reverse series introduced in 2010, was minted in huge numbers across the United States mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with billions of coins produced that year, making it seem impossible that a single coin could stand out from the rest. Yet one extraordinary specimen has done exactly that, and its value comes not from rarity of mintage but from the unintentional mistakes that occurred during the production process, mistakes so precise, so unusual, and so complex that they turned an ordinary penny into a priceless numismatic marvel. To understand how the 2016 penny could be worth $6 million, we must first delve into the fascinating world of minting technology, where machines, dies, planchets, and human oversight intersect in perfect or sometimes imperfect harmony to create the coins that circulate in our economy. Every coin starts as a blank metal disc called a planchet, which is then fed into high-speed presses that strike the coin with immense force to imprint the design. For Lincoln cents, the obverse features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln along with the date, the mint mark, the motto, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and "E Pluribus Unum," while the reverse shows the Union Shield design symbolizing unity and strength. However, even the most sophisticated systems can experience flaws, and when they do, those flaws can result in the creation of mint error coins, rare, one-of-a-kind pieces that can become worth thousands or even millions of dollars depending on their uniqueness, visibility, and condition. The 2016 1-cent coin that fetched $6 million is a perfect example of this phenomenon, as it is believed to possess an astonishing series of combined errors that occurred simultaneously, making it an unprecedented find. This coin is reported to have been struck on an experimental planchet, possibly a transitional or off-metal piece that was never intended to be used for 1-cent production, which immediately makes it stand out because modern minting is carefully controlled and monitored to prevent such mishaps. In this case, metallurgical analysis revealed that the coin's composition differs slightly from the standard copper-plated zinc composition used since 1982, showing traces of alternative metals that point toward a leftover or test planchet from another coin series being used in error. This alone makes it incredibly rare, but the story doesn't end there. The coin also displays a dramatic double die obverse, where the design elements on the front of the coin, particularly the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," show strong doubling, visible even without magnification, a phenomenon that occurs when the hub used to create the die imprints the design twice at slightly different angles during production. Such doubling gives the coin a shadow-like or ghostly appearance and is one of the most sought-after errors among collectors. Furthermore, the 2016 cent exhibits a noticeable misalignment between the obverse and reverse designs, known as a rotated die error, meaning that when you flip the coin over, the reverse design is rotated by several degrees instead of being perfectly aligned as it should be. This adds yet another layer of uniqueness and rarity to an already extraordinary piece. Another remarkable aspect of this coin is that it may have been struck more than once, a multiple strike error, where the planchet remains in the press and is struck again, resulting in overlapping images or doubling of certain design features. When viewed under magnification, this coin reportedly shows evidence of a double or even triple strike, particularly in the shield lines and the details of Lincoln's coat and beard, indicating that it was struck more than once before being ejected from the press. Each of these errors alone would be enough to make a coin valuable, but the fact that they all occurred together on a single specimen elevates it into legendary status. On top of that, the coin's surface shows an unusual finish, a mix between matte and brilliant luster, suggesting that it might have been part of an experimental strike, possibly used to test dies or planchets before full-scale production began. These experimental coins are not meant to enter circulation, but on rare occasions, they escape the mint either accidentally or through oversight, and when they do, they become priceless relics of minting history. The 2016 penny's unique blend of metallic irregularity, die misalignment, double striking, and doubling effects has made it one of the most talked about modern coins in numismatic circles, and professional grading services have confirmed its authenticity, solidifying its place as one of the rarest coins of the 21st century. Experts who examined the coin were astounded not only by the variety of its errors but also by its near-perfect preservation, as it shows full mint luster, sharp details, and no signs of circulation wear, meaning it likely came directly from a mint set, an uncirculated roll, or an early release batch. This pristine condition amplifies its desirability, as collectors always pay premium prices for error coins that remain untouched by circulation damage. The journey of how such a coin could come to exist is as fascinating as the coin itself. During the minting of billions of coins, it's possible for a single blank planchet of the wrong metal to find its way into the feed system. If the planchet is slightly thicker or thinner than normal, or made of a different alloy, the resulting coin may weigh differently or display slight color variations. For the 2016 cent, its slightly heavier weight and unusual tone hinted at its off-metal origins. But the real marvel lies in how this coin escaped quality control. Modern mints employ laser scanners, high-speed cameras, and human inspectors to catch defects, yet somehow this $6 million coin slipped through unnoticed, only to resurface years later as a numismatic miracle. Some experts believe that it may have been part of a small batch of test strikes conducted using leftover planchets from a foreign coin contract or another denomination, while others speculate that it could have been struck during a maintenance or calibration phase when the wrong materials were accidentally loaded into the press. The presence of such a coin in circulation today is a testament to how unpredictable and fascinating the minting process can be. But beyond its technical aspects, what makes the 2016 1-cent coin worth $6 million is also the story behind it, a story of discovery, chance, and human curiosity. Imagine someone finding this coin in their change or coin roll, not realizing at first what they were holding. To the untrained eye, it might look like an ordinary penny, but to an expert or collector, small details like doubling, rotation, or weight differences can signal something extraordinary. When the coin was finally identified and authenticated, it made headlines, with collectors around the world marveling at the fact that a coin minted in such massive numbers could still yield a one-of-a-kind treasure. Its sale price of $6 million reflected not only its rarity but also the passion and competition among top-tier collectors eager to own a piece of modern minting history. As word spread, the 2016 cent became a symbol of hope for treasure hunters everywhere, reminding people that fortune can still hide in plain sight, even in the smallest denomination of money. What adds another layer of intrigue is that the 2016 cents produced in Denver have also shown minor varieties, such as die chips, plating bubbles, and small cracks, all of which have become collectible in their own right, though none come close to the masterpiece we're discussing. The 2016 era penny's staggering value also reflects how the numismatic market has evolved. Collectors today are more educated, more connected, and more willing to pay record-breaking prices for coins that tell compelling stories. In the age of technology, information about rare errors spreads quickly through online platforms, YouTube channels, and forums, leading to greater interest and demand for such rarities. This, in turn, drives up the value of unique finds like the $6 million 2016 penny. Another factor contributing to its worth is its exclusivity. Only one specimen with this exact combination of traits has been confirmed, making it a true one-of-one.